Listen up, the soap you shower with, it's you probably haven't even questioned what bar of soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? Ugh. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. I'm talking about natural, nourishing, cold-pressed, hand-cut soap for men. Men who use their hands. Men who build things. Men who open the pickle jar on the first try. Men who catch foul balls without spilling their beer. You won't just smell good either. Your skin will be healthier and more nourished. Dare I say, soft. Oh, men aren't supposed to have soft skin? Yeah, well, men weren't supposed to cry during movies. And then they made the movie Rudy. He's so little. You want to smell like the forest? Boom, pine tar, we've got you. You want to smell like the sea? Boom, nautical sage, we've got you. You want to smell like you just got off a boat in the Caribbean? Boom, bay rum, we've got you. And with 6 more cents, we've got you covered no matter what kind of man you are. Now you're wondering, why have I been doing it wrong for so long? During the First World War, big soap started taking out all the natural ingredients to make production cheaper and faster. And they replaced all the natural stuff with chemicals. Chemicals like sodium lauryl sulfate, parabens, and dioxin. Chemicals linked to depression, liver damage, cancer, and low sperm count. And worst of all, dry skin. Oh. Your poor balls, all dry, empty, and sad. But there's good news. We make our soaps with natural ingredients from the earth. Ingredients like oils, plants, goat's milk, Greek yogurt, oatmeal, shea butter, and citrus. No. Turn your shower game up to 11. With the smooth lather of gold moss or the exfoliating woodsy bliss that is pine tar, get ready to step out of the shower feeling alive. Still not sure? Here's a couple reviews from real customers. Joseph S. says,
"This is the perfect bar of soap. It's like it was handcrafted in the Northwest Forest by beautiful tiny elves."
Oh, tiny elves isn't enough for you? Well, here's another review from Michael A.
It makes you feel like you just stepped out of a mountain stream, and Squatch was there to hand you the towel.
Time for you to get the right tool for the job, because you're worth it, my friend. We ship it right to your door. And with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, if it's not the best bar of soap you've ever used, it's on us. Tens of thousands of men already soapscribe, which means that every month, fresh new bars of Squatch show up at their door. Click the link for Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Real soap for real men. Or don't, and continue to be mommy's little helper.
That's a wrap.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Did he click it yet? Did he click the link? He hasn't clicked the link? I would have when I heard about the dry, sad balls. Oof. Man, what's this guy doing? Click the link, man. Step up your shower game.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular their boats passing in now gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home and the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sunday night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We have got some Pocono Raceway action coming at you live here tonight with the Blazing Pedals, TRJ Karting.com K&N Series. And my name is Chris. With me, as always, my good friend Rick. Rick, how are you tonight, bud?
Hey, buddy, I'm doing great. How you doing?
Well, it's 4th of July weekend, and had plenty of opportunity to rest and relax a little bit. And yeah, man, I'm doing good. Let's tackle this odd, big racetrack.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here at Pocono. I mean, of course, they always say what turn for, but if you look at that diagram you got up on the thing, you got turns 1 and 2. You have 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So is it really 6 turns? I don't know.
Nah, maybe she's 3. She's 3. I want to say hi to everybody out there in our Turn 3 Racing Network YouTube chat. Don't forget, you can also check us out over at the PrideOutdoorNetwork.com. Unfortunately, they're having some issues on their end tonight, so we are coming at you live here on the YouTube channel. But, Rick, here we are, walked into the chase. We've got the same old drivers. We're looking to find somebody new to kind of give a challenge. Right now, walking the chase, it's Jamie Walker, Dolan Kilroe, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Derek Paulson, Dakota Todd, and Jason Powell, and that's kind of what we've had for a long time now. Starting to run out of time a little bit, though, but I think we need to get Mr. Foster up here pretty quick.
Hey, yeah.
Terry, Foster, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I do have a copy. What's up, boys?
Well, we're running a little late here tonight, not going to lie, but... oh, look at that.
All right. I'm here. I'm sorry.
No, look, we apparently we got into qualifying, so
They should be doing a pit party. They just said they was doing a pit party.
yeah, somebody advanced it, I think, bud.
Oh, for crying out loud.
So, well, listen, we're gonna have to catch up to you next week. We're gonna bounce back.
That's fine. I'll catch you guys next week. I gotta go qualify.
All right,
Good luck,
brother,
buddy.
get it done. Get
Thanks,
it done.
guys.
Terry Foster, unfortunately, not able to. Well, Rick, that happens from time to time, I guess.
Well, one thing we got to remember, Chris, is that even though that we're not live right now on the Pride Outdoor Network, they do have time constraints over there. So I'm thinking that maybe Sam might have made a little mistake and advanced us a little quicker than normal because that's what he's used to doing. But we'll get with Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're supposed to talk with Rick Thompson, but we'll talk with him next week, I'm sure. And I'm excited to see how this is going to go tonight. I've been watching practice, Chris, and a little nervous on some of these cars here. Some of the drivers have been slipping and sliding. It seems when those cars get nose to tail, they usually end up going around in a circle.
Yeah, that's something to watch out for, certainly, here in qualifying. Remember, it's the best lap out of a 10-minute qualifying session. Everybody out on track. No turn 4 here tonight, Pocono Speedway. And it looks like we have a fan of the 76 out there, Rick Thompson. You know, Rick, I think what we can try and do is if there is a caution, we can have Terry hop out of the car and Rick and maybe get it done during a caution here tonight. But, you know, let's go through it. There's some special paint jobs out there tonight in honor of the 4th, which was just yesterday, Rick. And we're going to start off with the 1 car of Ty Morosco, the red, white, and blue number 1 here tonight.
Yeah, Ty's back here. He had a family trip there last couple of weeks, so missing a couple races, but Morosco is back, Mumbles, as they like to call him over there at the Blazing Pedals crew, back out on track. And I like that paint scheme, bud.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, who else do we have with new paint schemes for tonight? Well,
I know Brian McRae's out there on track, Chris, in that beautiful number 35 machine.
yeah, how about that? 35, rocking the red, white, and blue Dr. Squatch.
Going through the list here to help you out. I know Aaron Bach over in the 44 machine out of the Bush ride this week.
Yeah, back into the Budweiser machine, and man, does that thing look good.
Of course, Ian doesn't have a new paint scheme, Chris, but he's got the stars and bars on the number 16 TRJKarting.com Toyota Camry this week again.
I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. It was certainly a good one for my family. Rick, I know you guys had a good time.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we got to see some, you know, a lot different this year than prior years. I mean, you know, it's kind of sad waking up yesterday morning, Chris, and opening up Facebook to see how my old man's doing. And of course, my memories pop up first thing. And for the last 10 years, you know, this has been a big day. I mean, it's one of my favorite holidays, man. I mean, you're celebrating America, our independence, and how cool is that? And then this year, you know, everything's still on lockdown, even though Vermont's kind of done a soft opening. I'm happy to report we are the best state in the nation, folks, in case you didn't know. But more towards the COVID, we have 0 new patients this week, only 1 in the hospital down in the middle of the state right now. So things are starting to look good, but man, I mean, I know it's your biggest holiday too. I mean, I know you, man, you're wearing the boxer shorts, the overalls, the hat, and you're blowing things up all day, and you weren't able to do that this year either.
Yeah, that's right. No, unfortunately, it's been a little on the dry side up here, so couldn't put on the show that I'd like to do for the family. And I have been doing it solidly for the last 8 or 9 years. And unfortunately, hey, you know what? I was talking to a couple of people yesterday, and you know, Rick, I'm going to throw you into this too. I'm considering doing something in like September, maybe even early October. You know, if the weather changes around enough and it's not so dry, kind of get back and maybe do like an end of summer, you know, hello fall, just something to get back and have the kids interested. It was really kind of interesting yesterday. My son was talking. He goes, you know, Dad, you know what today feels like? And I said, well, what's that, buddy? He goes, Saturday. So not feeling that 4th of July love at all there out of my kids. And it was kind of bad. Hey, look, the number 9 out there, also with a new paint job. It's Nick Okie. And I like that. That's pretty.
I like that too, Chris. And look at right there in front of him right now in the 21 machine. We have another driver making his return. Marquis Smith is back, folks. I don't know why he would have picked Pocono. I mean, Pocono is one of our favorite racetracks here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And if you don't know why, it's because we just went through Turn 3 with Marquis Smith. And guess what, folks? He's going to cross the start-finish line here in a second. And there is no Turn 4. We don't need it.
Yep, Mark out there reminding us of the one of 3 big problems that we have here in the state. Thanks a lot for that, Mark. I appreciate that. I didn't vote for him.
And he's a chance plan anyway. He's from New York, folks. He's not really a Vermonter.
Yeah, that's true.
We just can't get rid of him. We're praying that somebody will actually vote for him for president just to get him out of the state for the rest of our lives. That's all we're waiting for.
No. No.
I think as he's getting older, Chris, I mean, he's got that beautiful lake house that, you know, Hillary didn't buy him up there in the islands. We know that for a fact, right? And Epstein definitely didn't. Yeah, never mind. But I think, you know, as people get older, they like to head down south. So I think we need to send them to Virginia. I might even pay for that move.
I would be happy to. Getting ready for a lot of action here from Pocono. 84 lap stage racing is going to be on display here tonight. Lap 21 going to be the end of stage number 1, lap 42, and then it's a race to the end to that lap 84. Jamie Walker has been picked already by one person out there. It's going to be Tim. It's not a bad choice.
No, Chris, I mean, usually the last few weeks we've been seeing the guy who's sitting in second right now, the speed charts, Dakota Todd, and his number 63, sitting in second, but Jamie Walker been pouring it on here, and I've been watching practice, and he's been working a lot with Ian, so I think the teammates over there at TRJ Karting are trying to figure stuff out, but during qualifying here, Jamie's just running his fast laps. I mean, he's still the fastest out there in practice and in qualifying at this moment. Todd still staying there in second. Marquis Smith on his return back sitting in third right now.
Yeah, a great qualifying effort out of Marquis Smith, and he's definitely capable of it, Rick. What we saw at the beginning of the season is maybe just a little impatience out of the 21. Hopefully that's corrected. He took some time off, maybe to regather, but Marquis Smith, plenty fast enough to get the job done. Good to see him back out there on track, honestly.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Chris. I mean, it's nice. It looks like we have, 27 cars if everybody takes. There's a few guys that haven't taken a qualifying lap yet. Those include Terry the Man Foster of TNA Motorsports and his teammate Corey the Shermanator Sherman, and the 3, Derek Garrison out there. He made his return back. It's been great seeing him on track, Chris, but has not taken a qualifying lap, along with Noah Van Hoot and Fred Thompson so far.
So a couple of drivers haven't stepped foot out on track, and that's okay too. You know, it's one of those things. It's look, you got to do what you're comfortable with doing, for sure. Top 20 though. Well, I guess Bennett actually right now is coming out. He's going to be the 20th driver to try and put down a lap. That's David Bennett. Oh, sideways already, so that lap's not going to count. The 55, Corey Rutherford, and no doubt that thing is red, white, and blue all the way.
We're missing Tony the Tagger, though.
Well, you know, that's okay. But you got to celebrate your Independence Day, regardless of
Not being independent? I'll just come out and say it. It's okay.
Yeah, got me.
Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday I did not wear my American flag mask, or no mask at all, for the record. Of course, I didn't go anywhere either, but that's okay.
Yeah, good to have you back there, Marquise, again. Good luck there tonight, bud. Want to see something special out of all the drivers here. This is one of our favorite tracks. I don't know why, but it is. Each corner a little bit different than the other, modeled after 3 different tracks, Rick. And man, it can be absolutely fun. The speeds here get very, very fast, especially down that long front and back stretch, man. They are very, very long, and you're able to crank up a lot of speed.
Yeah, you really are, but then you have to remember that you have to set up for 3 different corners, Chris. You got to try to remember what corner you're in. And it can get fun out there. It definitely can. I like racing on Pocono. It's kind of a fun track. Of course, I'm one of those nerds that also likes Concord, which is kind of modeled after Pocono, in a sense.
Nerd.
Tim, you're absolutely right there, buddy.
Looks like just a couple of other drivers out on track getting ready to bring it in as the checkered flag is waving over this big, big track.
The tricky triangle, baby.
All right. Checkered flag is out. Let's get ready to grid them up, Rick. On the pole tonight, it's going to be the number 88 of Jamie Walker to his outside, the 63 of Dakota Todd. Starting in third spot tonight, making his return to the Blazing Pedals, it's the 21 of Marquise Smith. To his outside, it's the 18 of Jason Powell. Starting on inside, row number 3, it's the 6 of Derek Paulson. To his outside, Big Bad Brian Dees. In his number 17, starting inside a row number 4, it's going to be Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in his number 10. Starting to his outside in his number 76 tonight, it's going to be Rick Thompson. And starting on the inside of row number 5, it's going to be Ty Morosco in his number 1, Brad Collins to his outside. Then you've got the 33 of John Perkins starting in 11th spot, Rick and Aaron Bockover in 12th.
And then in 13th, Chris, it's going to be the 41 of Dalton Kilrow. On his outside, the number 9, Nick Okie, going to be starting in 14th. In the Hurricane Habiuk in his 16 qualified in the 15th position. Next to him on the outside, the 73 of Casey Campbell in 16th. Joshua Rutherford in the 64 qualified in 17th position. Outside of him is the 11 of Patrick Abrahamson in 18th. Big Daddy Brian McRae in that 35 machine qualified 19th position. Chris, next to him, the 13 of David Bennett in 20th. Then we have Corey Rutherford in the 55, going to be starting 21st. The 4 of Hayden Wheeler going to be starting in 22nd position. Derek Garrison qualified his number 8 machine in the 23rd position, with Corey the Shermanator Sherman in the 3 in 24th. And then
I got you here, bud. In 25th spot, it's going to be Terry Foster. To his outside, it's Noah Van Hoot and Fred Thompson. Going to bring up the rear here tonight. We got a special word from Ethan.
Power stages.
I love it. It's quick, but man, I love it. Gentlemen, start your engines, and we are getting ready to start our engines here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Getting ready to go. 84 laps here live from Pocono on a holiday weekend. Dakota Todd, Jamie Walker, your front row. Walker quickest in qualifying.
I think it's going to get interesting, Chris. They head into turn number 2. Getting ready, man. I'm excited for it. 84 laps here at Pocono. That track is hot, too, man. Let me tell you. $111 degrees right now.
Yikes. Pace car pulls off for the first time here tonight. Jamie Walker wasting no time. We're under the green flag live here from Pocono.
And look at Mr. Walker just pull away from the whole pack right now, Chris.
Deep into turn number 1, Walker goes with a 63 of Dakota Todd. Marquis Smith, Derek Paulson making up your top 4. It's a battle for 5th spot between Taylor the Butcher Benjamin and Jason Powell. Powell stuck up on the outside. He's got help, though. in Brian Dees. Dees to the back bumper of the 18. The 18 comes on down. He gets behind the Butcher. We've got a battle up for third spot. Derek Polson down underneath Marquis Smith. Marquis Smith stuck on the outside, and Polson makes that pass happen.
And a couple of those drivers, Chris, you notice they had to back off there just a little bit to keep their car going where they wanted to. One of those was the 18 of Jason Powell. Right now, he is behind the Butcher right there. Powell right now in 6th position, down 2 from where he started. Big mover so far, Chris. Corey Sherman so far has moved up 6 positions. He's in 18th position right now, and he's working the best he can on, I think that's Campbell's car.
No, that's
no.
Rutherford.
That's Rutherford, Joshua Rutherford. There we go. Now David Bennett's looking on the inside of Rutherford right now. Gotta take that away now. I mean, that's obviously the bottom groove is where you want to be this early in the race, Chris. While your tires are nice and fresh, you can make some good moves. Now you see Corey Rutherford trying to make the pass on Josh. We'll see if the 55 can make it stick, and he does coming into turn number 2.
Yeah, so Corey Rutherford gains another spot and makes it 2 from the beginning of this race. But up front, it is the 88 of Jamie Walker, and Walker's starting to get a little bit of attention now from Dakota Todd, who's starting to track him down. Dakota Todd, last time by, slightly faster than your race leader, Rick. 3/100ths of a second faster. So slightly is definitely the key word there. But hey, a little bit faster lap over lap, it's going to make him catch the back bumper of the 88.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. And, Dakota Todd and Walker, they've been battling it out all season, usually up towards the front, and that's exactly what we're going to be seeing here tonight, I have a feeling. I mean, Todd's already won. He's locked into the chase, which is coming in, 7 more races, Chris, we have?
Yeah, it's coming to an end here pretty darn quick. Unbelievable how quickly the season is going. And, oh, no, looks like Dakota Todd coming down pit road already. A couple of guys doing that. Jason Powell also down pit road, Rick.
This is interesting, Chris. We're only on lap 4 of 84.
Some sort of strategy going on, perhaps? Terry Foster did not start this race, and neither did Hayden Wheeler. Something going on with those two cars. Man, Terry Foster cannot afford to give up this kind of points. He was running very well. He was above that cutoff line, Rick. But I'll tell you, this is going to hurt.
Yeah, kind of wondering what is going on there with the 86, Chris. Interesting.
Boy, I don't know. Or maybe he did start and there was a problem.
Man, we got some interesting things going on, Chris, because a few guys have gone down pit road already so early in the race. It's very interesting.
I'm just going back, Rick, to see. Terry Foster. I don't know what's going on. I saw his name in the description here in our timing and scoring, but yeah, weird. Very, very weird. I know he was ready for tonight. All right, well, let's go over the order as it's running right now. Jamie Walker, Marquis Smith, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin running 1, 2, and 3 in 4th spot. It's Big Bad Brian Dees running in that 4th spot with Rick Thompson right behind him in the 76. Here comes Marquis Smith. Rick, these guys know something we don't, and I believe it's they can't make it on fuel, so they might as well do it early.
I mean, that's the only, I mean, the last few races, Chris, we noticed that has come down to fuel. Drivers were very close to running out of fuel by the end of the stage, and they knew. So maybe there's been some practicing done, and teams are starting to figure out what's going on. And yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I mean, 7 laps in, Marquis Smith coming down. Tires aren't that bad right now, but I'm sure that they're just getting fuel. I haven't seen any jacks go up at all.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's quite odd. But it happens. Right now, Brian Dees still tracking after that 3rd place runner, the 76 of Rick Thompson. Thompson's had a lot of good finishes here, Rick. Just hasn't been able to pop off on that race win yet this season. Last week's race, Rick, we had 1 caution.
Yeah, last week was a fabulous race, Chris. These guys looking, I'm sure they're looking to do it again here tonight at Pocono.
Well, so far, so good. Oh, speaking of so far, so good, here comes Dalton Kilroe underneath the 17. Kilroe, who led some laps last week, just not able to make it to the end on that fuel run. And now the 41 is marching his way up towards the front, plus 9 positions since the beginning of this race.
Yeah, right now, though, we have a tie for biggest mover, Chris. So far, it's tied between 12th place, the number 8 of Derek Garrison, moving up 11 positions, and Noah Van Hoot in the 01, who's in 15th position, also up 11. The guy's making some good moves early here.
Yeah, but how about Corey Sherman? 14 positions gained since the beginning of this race. Corey Sherman inside the top 10 in 10th spot.
And we don't want to talk about the Savage Edge graphics, guys. Commentator curse, Chris. I want to see my boy in the 3 have a good race here tonight.
Well, the TNA Motorsports driver doing a good job here so far, up to 10th spot, make it 9th as Kilroe decides he's going to come down pit road. So giving up a top 5 run to come down pit road.
A word on the street from race control, Chris. They can get about 19 to 20 laps on a tank of fuel.
Well, that's definitely going to make things interesting here throughout this race. And there is definitely going to be 2 schools of thought here, Rick. Get a big advantage and then come down pit road, or come down pit road early and hope to beat up on that advantage.
I mean, the guy that's thinking that right now, Jamie Walker, in first place, Chris, in that 88 TRJkarting.com Chevy. He's got a good sized gap in between him and Rick Thompson right now. So he can back off a little bit, save a little bit of fuel to make sure that he can go that 20, I mean, we know that the first stage is ending at the end of lap number 21. So technically 22 laps these guys need to go to the end of stage 1.
Right. Brian D sits in 3rd spot. Behind him, Ty Morosco. Welcome back to Ty. How about Brad Collins sitting in the top 5 right now, and his number 22 with John Perkins right behind him. Perkins, another one of those drivers who had a pretty good race last week, Rick.
Yeah, looking to carry it on here to Pocono. I mean, there's been so many drivers, Chris, that have been so close this season, but things just don't work out for them, you know, towards the mid to the end of the race. And, you know, I know these guys, they want to get locked in. You know, only 7 races after tonight left to get locked in. So they have 8 chances, including tonight, to get locked into the chase where they don't have to worry about getting in above that line. You know, they can relax a little bit. I mean, look at what Dalton Kilroe has done, Jamie Walker have done this season, Chris. I mean, they've had the most wins so far out of the series, and they come in here, they race hard every week, but that weight is lifted off their shoulders, so they can kind of just, you know, they can try different things and, you know, start from the back, work their way up through and do what they, you know, what they want to do. And there's a lot of drivers that just don't have that right now. They're fighting for points. I mean, you talked about it, Terry Foster. I mean, you know, right now sitting in 27th position in that 86 machine. Not a good place for him because, you know, I mean, he's close to that cutoff line, and every point matters, man.
It really does. And right now, we do have a new race leader. We're watching him. It's the 76 of Rick Thompson. The 88 peeled it off and came down pit road, so Rick Thompson takes over the race lead. So good early on racing here so far. Very clean. And everybody's pretty well spread out.
Yeah, really no great big group of cars, you know, going on. I mean, right now, Ty Morosco sitting in 3rd. He's catching up to the back bumper of the 17 and Brian Dees. But yeah, guys are just kind of spread out right now. I mean, you know, everyone's trying to do different strategies right now, Chris, and they're going to see, well, we're going to see which ones work out. But a lot of nose to tail 2x2 driving right now. Not 2x2, you know, on the sides, but they're working together. You got guys like Jamie Walker, who's got a little bit of a lead there still from Dakota Todd. Jamie Walker comes back out in 9th position. I'm sorry, 10th position.
Yeah, Walker is running in that 10th spot, 9 spots away from where he started on the pole. And you can see already, Rick, these tires starting to get a little unhappy.
Yeah, they definitely are, Chris. I'm watching Marquis Smith right now work on the Butcher right now. The 21 looked on the inside, wasn't able to make that pass happen. They just crossed the start-finish line there, so we'll see what happens in turn number 1, but Marquis was not able to get around that 10. And again, you know, at the beginning of the race, we saw guys heading down, you know, deep into the corner on the inside, and they were able to make a good-sized pass, but right now, nope, them tires definitely not happy. As we see Marquis Smith fishtailing it a little bit.
A lot of different strategies being employed right now, and trying to keep up with all the action early on in this one. I'm watching the time and scoring going, geez, I'm not sure where anybody really is at this point, Rick. I mean, I know their positions, don't get me wrong, but where they are on track, usually I can tell. And right now, boy, no way. It has spread out early here tonight. Only lap 15 of 84. About 6 more laps before we get to the first scheduled yellow flag of the evening for stage number 1. Got a little battle going on here. Way back for 17th spot, it's Nick Okie, Ian Habiuk running nose to tail. Habiuk with a nice line through that corner. Almost was able to get to the back bumper of the 9, who was a little bit sideways. So Okie trying to hold on to it. Ian takes a very different line into this one.
Yeah, stayed up a little higher, Chris, there.
Boy, that didn't work out exactly how he was wanting it to, as he lost a little bit of time there.
Yeah, lost a little bit of momentum, but one thing to note, Chris, is he's not burning up his tires like Okie is.
Oh,
you know, he goes down
baby.
there.
Well, you say that, but boy, was he sideways going into that corner. Oh, my goodness, the 16 letting it all hang out. Let's see just how bumpy this track is. Off from the nose of the 16. We're watching just ahead of us Nick Okie get around this track. Now up to your race leader, Rick Thompson. Thompson, Dees, and Morosco running 1, 2, 3. And Rick Thompson starting to catch a little bit of slower traffic just ahead of him.
Yeah, it's so good to see that 76 Bacon Shake Bates Dodge up there up front, Chris. I mean, he's been having such weird luck this season. Now it looks like Thompson giving up the lead to come down pit road now in the 76.
Yeah, he is, and that's going to give it on over to Big Bad Bryant Dees in the 17, your new race leader. Just behind him, it's Ty Morosco. Ty, good to see you back out there, bud.
John Perkins, Garrison, a couple other guys coming down pit road, the 13, David Bennett. So yeah, pit stops. I mean, we're already on lap 18 of 84, Chris.
Yeah, some of these drivers have enough to make it the rest of the way. Some don't. It'll be interesting to see how it all kind of winds out here, Rick, in just a few laps. Jamie Walker has worked his way back up to 5th spot. Just ahead of him, this man right here, it's Joshua Rutherford. And I believe this is what, Rick, his second race?
Yeah, Brian Dees comes into pit road sideways, Chris. Holy cow.
So Morosco going to be your race leader this time. A lot of Chevys out there here tonight. In fact, I think they're mostly all Chevys except for maybe one, Ian Habiuk in the Toyota.
Oh, we have some Dodges.
Yeah, Dodge in name only. A dyno.
Well, I mean, technically the Toyotas are in name only because all these bodies
That's
are all the
true,
same.
that's
I mean,
true.
come on. I mean, Foster's out there in a Camaro instead of an Impala just because that's what I put on it.
Here comes your race leader coming down pit road, and that may give it up to Rutherford. Joshua Rutherford stays out. So far, he was a little bit further behind. Is he going to peel off and come down pit road? No, sir. He stays out. Time in scoring showing a little incident between Jason Powell and Marquis Smith. Rick, and we're under caution. So close to making it to the end. Let's find out what happened.
Oh, Marquis Smith getting loose.
Very. And he comes around. The 18 gets into him. Hard on the brakes is the 21 and the 18. You know what, though? Light damage for both cars. Not going to really affect either one of those cars, I don't believe, Rick. But that is what brought out the caution. And you know what that might let happen, Rick? The 64 might be our stage 1 winner.
Might be correct.
It would be at the end of lap number 21. If he can make it one more lap, he's going to be the stage 1 winner. We're going to have to definitely keep on with race control here, Rick, because here's the thing. If this kid doesn't understand when it's supposed to be, if he comes down pit road, he'd give it up to Walker. But he's doing what he needs to do. He is clutching that car, still trying to catch the pace car.
So news on the 21 and the 6 and the 18 incident, Chris, there that brought out this caution. It's going to be a racing incident, so no penalty across the board. Marquis Smith just getting out of getting a little loose there, and the 18 had no place to go, so just a little racing incident.
Okay, so what I thought was going to happen just happened, Rick. Now I need to know, who is the stage 1 winner? Is it Rutherford or is it Jamie Walker? Because right now is when the pace or the caution light would have come on. So race control, need a little guidance from you if you don't mind. Is it going to be Rutherford or Walker as your stage 1 winner? I've got a node in to race control. We're going to find out here.
Yeah, I got the same, Chris. Just waiting to hear. I just heard Sam Baumgartner come across the crew radio, let the guys know about the caution, that there was no incident. Jamie Walker in the number 88 is going to be our stage 1 winner.
All right, stage 1 going to Jamie Walker in the 88. So his pit strategy worked out for him. The TRJKarting.com Chevrolet is our stage 1 winner. Guys, we're going to step away for just a moment, pick up on a little sponsor / whatever type ads that we have to run. We're going to be right back.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
And make sure you do get over to TRJKarting.com. Big sponsor. Big thanks to Tim Habiak over there for helping out this league, getting him going. And man, it's been a very interesting race here so far. One caution right at the end of the stage. A little racing incident between the 21 and the 13. As that has been cleared up, and look what we've got now. We've got a front row of 5-time winners, the 88 and the 41, and we go back under the green flag. Jamie Walker takes control of the race lead, and here comes the 41 of Dalton Kilrow, Rick. Kilrow to the inside, holding on to that second position. Meanwhile, the 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin sitting there for third. He's working against Big Bad Brian Dees.
Yeah, Brian Dees staying on that high side as the 10 goes on the inside. Chris trying to make that pass on Dalton Kilrow. And the 10's come here to race here in the second stage.
I said these stretches are very fast. Let's take a look at some of the speeds that we're getting as the Butcher gets up to almost 170 there. Way down to mid 130s in that corner. And each corner is different, so it's going to be something to watch out for. The Butcher inside of the 41. The Butcher, you're right, Rick. He came to race. He's trying to take over second spot.
Yeah, he's bringing Brian Dees with him. I mean, this spells disaster for the 41 Daddy-O's machine of Dalton Kilrow, Chris. Brian Dees keeping that door closed. You got to be careful because the 8, Derek Garrison, right behind them. But right now, the 10 and the 17 working the inside of the 41. The 17 finally says, okay, enough's enough. I'm going to go up and help Dalton a little bit. And now he's back down again.
Well, the 17 able to kind of pick a lane right now as Derek Garrison laying off just enough to give him room. And that's going to allow the 17 to move back up and down on the track just a little bit as he needs to. And the 41, Kilrow, he's fighting back on the outside. Meanwhile, your stage 1 winner is taking a big old jump out of this one, Rick. These guys are back here racing. He's got fresh air.
Oh, we got 3 wide racing right now. Derek Garrison in the middle. The 76 Rick Thompson made a power move on the inside, Chris. Now it's just 2 wide racing. Brian Dees in the 17 was like, whoa, we just ran out of track really quick here, boys.
Yeah. Good
what a move
stuff.
by Rick Thompson, man. Holy cow.
Meanwhile, Dalton Kilrow holds on to that second spot. Ricky finally is able to move down. So a little pressure off from Dalton Kilrow. Now it's a 2x2 battle for third spot. Rick Thompson actually does take it over now from the Butcher.
With ease.
Yeah, the 76. Mopar machine getting it going.
The bacon shake. Dalton Kilrow coming down pit road.
All right, so that early pit stop going to happen for Kilrow as these guys are trying to figure out a winning strategy here tonight. Still just 3 stops for tires though, Rick. That's the key. You need fuel, but you also need those tires. And here comes Dakota Todd. Todd trying to get back up towards the front. Todd working out a 4th spot right now, trying to get past Derek Garrison in that beautiful number 8 machine.
Bad news for the 41.
Caution here as the 11. Not sure what's going on with Patrick Abrahamson. Oh, no. Oh, what was that? Oh, the 11 turns across the field.
He slowed way down and got down towards the apron, Chris, almost like he knew that his equipment was, or something was going on.
We're going back on board. We're watching the steering wheel. He downshifted, Rick, and as soon as he downshifted, that car came out from underneath him. Not sure what was going on with the machine prior to that, but Abrahamson goes around. And that brings out our second caution of the night.
Well, I just went back live, stayed in the cockpit of the 11, Chris. His wheel is still turned. I'm thinking that there is some calibration issues going on with the equipment in the number 11 machine.
Don't forget to head on over to drsquatch.com. Use promo code RACE15 for a nice discount on some of the best soap you'll ever use. Make sure to check them out at drsquatch.com. Make sure you also head on over to trjkarting.com. This league's main sponsor, trjkarting.com, for all your sim racing and karting needs. Yes, I said sim racing, Rick, because he's got some gear out there for sim racers.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Chris, I own some of that gear. I have a pair of Alpine racing shoes and a pair of racing gloves that I use to protect my finish on my wheels when I do get a chance to actually sit down in my cockpit and turn a few laps. And of course, he's got other stuff there too. I mean, as you saw in my toolbox at work, I got all the stickers that possibly I could from trjkarting.com and a couple of different t-shirts. I have a couple sweatshirts, got a poster on my door. I love Tim. I love TRJ Karting. I love what Tim does for the racing community, Chris. Not just the sim community, because he does a lot of things here, especially for the Blazing Pedals guys. But I mean, if you follow Tim on Facebook, on trjkarting.com on Facebook, you're going to see all the different stuff and the people that he actually supports out there. And it's cool to see the smiles on these little kids' faces and the older kids as they're, you know, following their dream of racing with the help of TRJ Karting.
Absolutely. A great guy. Make sure to help him out over there at trjkarting.com. He definitely deserves all the help he can get. Small business, got to keep him going. Make sure to check us out over at the Pride Outdoor Network. Of course, tonight they're having a little bit of an issue. I guess somebody hit a pole and unfortunately took down the internet over at Pride Outdoor Network, but I'm sure they are busy working, trying to put that back together. You know what we haven't done yet, Rick? Let's take a look at the point standings coming into tonight. Jamie Walker, Dalton Kiro, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin on top. Derek Paulson, Dakota Todd, Jason Powell through 6th spot. Corey Sherman, Rick Thompson, Joseph Tice, who came in for 2 weeks and just absolutely dominated, won both of those races, up to 9th spot. Brian Dees, Ian Habiak, Brian McRae, Hayden Wheeler, Aaron Bach over your top 14. Brad Collins, Ryan Wash, actually in 16th, and Terry Foster, it's worse than I knew, Rick. I thought he was above the cutoff line. He was one below.
No, yeah, just below it. I mean, just 15 foot. Actually, if you look at it, just 4 points out of it.
Man,
that's terrible for my boy Terry Foster, but he'll come back.
Man.
That does hurt though.
All right, so it's going to be Rick Thompson, Dakota Todd, John Perkins, and Brad Collins, your top 4. Derek Paulson, Corey Sherman make up the next row of cars. And Rick, the question now is, with this caution, do these guys up front have enough fuel to make it?
That's going to be the thing. I mean, Dalton Kilroe he just came down pit road, started his service, Chris, when this caution came out, so he was able to finish it, obviously. But it's going to be interesting. It really is. I mean, stage number 2 coming out at the end of lap number 42, and we're on lap 30 of 84 right now.
Let's keep in mind also that there was already going to be a little bit short because of the way that the caution came out before, and now with this caution, I don't know that fuel is going to be an issue here going forward. We're going to have to wait and find out. If these guys have been saving fuel, they might be okay. Nonetheless, pace car lights are off, and well, you know what that means. We're getting ready to go back under the green here at the tricky triangle known as Pocono. Dakota Todd and Rick Thompson, your front row. Todd to the outside, Thompson to the inside, your race leader. Then it's going to be John Perkins and Brad Collins making up row number 2 as we get ready to go. Pace car down on that left-hand turn, and we're back under the green flag. Rick Thompson and John Perkins making that run look really good. Here comes John Perkins. He's battling it for second. He took it over. Dakota Todd moves down. Todd now back to 3rd.
That Speed Mafia looking good out there, running 1 and 2 right now, Chris.
Brad Collins in the 4th spot, looking to figure out a way to break into the top 3. Meanwhile, Dakota Todd takes a look to the inside. The 63 of Dakota Todd up to 2nd spot, Rick. That's where he started this race. We know he's fast. Can he get to the front? Here comes the 22 of Brad Collins, working the inside of his teammate. And John Perkins stuck to the outside, not going to be able to hold on.
As long as they work together, Chris, I mean, a lot of good things can happen. I mean, the whole team, this whole Speed Mafia team wants a good race, Chris. They've been working so hard to do it. And it's good to see Rick Thompson out there leading. Of course, Dakota Todd in the 63 machine is looking mighty fast right now. He was fast in practice, Chris. 2nd fastest, as a matter of fact, in practice. second in qualifying, and I don't think he wants to stay there for too much longer.
I believe you're right. He is starting to catch the back bumper of our race leader. But Rick, I think it's time. I think it is time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching on your phone, hit the rocker dial all the way up to 10. If you're watching on a computer, go ahead and crank it on up. If you are watching on your television, put the volume up to 100 because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to turn it up. Well, we've got to break in, Rick, because we are under caution. And it looks like it may have been the 11 of Patrick Abrahamson again. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened with the 11 car. Oh, a little contact, and oh my goodness. Oh, him and the 01 got together, and Van Hoot is tore up. The 11 tore up as well. Oh my goodness. Let's go back and look at this one again. Noah Van Hoot sitting to the outside of the 11. There's slight contact there. The 11 comes up, and oh my gosh. Oh man. The 01 is done. So vicious.
The 11 might be done too, Chris. At all the hard hits.
I'll look at that again, because that was one of the more vicious hits I have ever seen, courtesy of that new damage model. But wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, what that very well might do, Rick, is it may make it so these guys up front do not have to come down pit road, at least for the end of this stage. Rick Thompson going to be up front. And man, what a hit. Wow.
Yeah, big hit for both cars, Chris. Now, of course, we saw the 11 of Patrick Abrahamson had an issue there earlier in the race. Not sure exactly what happened. We're thinking that he might have ran out of fuel or missed a shift or something, and had a little bit of an issue, as we saw when we went into the cockpit. So with that one, that was an EOL. Now he's going to be getting a black flag. But I don't know. I think he's going to be in the pits there for a little while, Chris, because there was heavy damage on that 11 machine.
Oh man, him and Van Hoot absolutely tore up. And again, thanks to that new damage model, that was something else.
It's not 100% perfect, Chris, because I saw a lot of damage on the 11. At one point, I saw one of his tires was just spinning in the rear, and he wasn't going anywhere. And then he was able to get on pit road and get it moving again. But man, a lot of damage on the 11.
Man, that was something else.
I mean, I'm looking at his car on pit road right now, Chris. His rear tires are still spinning.
Well, let's take a look at it. Here we are at Pocono. This 2.5 mile tri-oval. The actual temperature out there is 79 degrees. But Rick, you know the track temperature a little bit warmer than that.
Yeah, but it's actually cooled down a little bit, Chris, since the beginning of the race. It did start out at 111 degrees, right now sitting at 102.
Rick Thompson, your race leader here tonight with Dakota Todd behind him. You saw Todd was trying to get there, but just couldn't do it. Rick Thompson was doing a great job holding his line. Go ahead and look at that track temperature right now. 102 degrees. I want to go ahead and point out something that a lot of these people out there might not know, Rick, before we get going under green. Mark Arthur fell a little ill this week. So normally he's the one that does the setup for these cars. Unfortunately, he was not able to do that for this race. So running an unfamiliar setup here. It is a fixed setup in so much as everybody runs the same setup. But again, usually Mark Arthur, the one that makes that. And man, he usually nails it right on the head very, very well. But tonight, they're not using it. Getting ready to go back under the green flag. As the pace car lights are off, it's going to make that hard left-hand turn, Rick. And we're going to go right back under the green flag, but only for just a few laps here. As we're working lap number 38, it's going to be 39 when we go back to the green flag. Oh, Tim, he is doing much better. He is actually out there admitting this race tonight, so he's doing much better. He feels great now, or at least better than he did, and you know, I'm happy to hear that. I hate to have one of our family ill. Our family is anybody involved with our Turn 3 Racing Network. But yeah, he is doing much, much better. As the pace car hits that left-hander, and here we go. Back under the green flag for Rick Thompson and Dakota Todd, your front row. Thompson does not get the same kind of start he did last time, but he does get the same result. He's out front. Look at the 88 go. Here comes Jamie Walker, hard on the inside, 3 wide for third spot. And Walker takes it over. Holy cow, the 88 trying to get up front. He wants to win stage number 2, your stage 1 winner. Up to third spot already. Rick Thompson and Dakota Todd trying to battle it out for the race lead now, Rick. Todd to the inside.
And Todd a little further back there on the 76, getting a good run into the corner, Chris. So Dave, that he's in turn number 2 coming out of turn 2. Right now, Dakota Todd starting to suck up to that back bumper, but right behind him, Jamie Walker, like we said, he's also coming on strong right now. But right now, Dakota Todd working on the inside of Rick Thompson, the 76. Let's see if they can do it here in turn 3. Jamie Walker coming in to make it 3 wide.
Walker takes a peek to the inside of Dakota Todd. Can he get there? He does. We go 3 wide for the race lead. Getting set for the corner, and the 88 to the inside. They go 2x2 for second, and the 88 of Walker takes it over. The 63 looks to the inside, not going to be able to get there. The 88 sits in second spot.
But look at Dakota Todd, Chris, right on the back bumper of the 88. Now peeking on the inside of Jamie Walker is Dakota Todd. In the turn number 2, they're kind of evened up, Chris, but right now, I'm not sure. Jamie Walker fighting hard on the outside, takes position number 2 back over again. Here comes Dalton Kilbrough on the outside of the 33 of Perkins.
Yeah, Kilrow looking to try and join this mix on the outside of the 33. He lets it slide through the corner. The 41 takes over 4th spot, and Jamie Walker still holds on to that 2nd spot. Rick Thompson looking in the mirror. He's got about a 0.25 second lead over Jamie Walker. Walker trying to make that lead evaporate through the corner.
A little further back, Chris, I'm watching Derek Garrison in the 8 machine in 5th position, taking that over from the 33 of Perkins. Right behind him, Brad Collins on the 22 is getting some pressure on the outside by the 16, the Hurricane, Ian Habiak. Habiak able to pass the 22, now working on.
Rick, we got a pass for the race lead. The 88 makes it to the inside. Jamie Walker trying to take over the race lead.
And he does.
He does, and the 76 not able to get back around. So Jamie Walker takes over the race lead. Lap 42 at the end of this one. It's going to be the end of the stage. Jamie Walker tries to make it 2 in a row.
As I was watching that, Chris, I stopped. Ian Habiak moves up to the 6th position, getting around Brad Collins on the 22 and the 33 of Perkins. Ian trying to break into the top 5 here.
The Hurricane looks good here tonight, running in that 6th spot. Up 9 from the beginning. And here comes the 88 to try and take stage number 2. Going around turn number 3 right now. What turn 4? It doesn't need one. Your stage 2 winner, it's gonna be the 88 of Jamie Walker, sweeping the stages here tonight. So some good racing here at the end of stage 2. And we get the same results. Jamie Walker winning stage number 2. And Rick, this is very important. We're getting closer to the end of the season here, and every point matters. The 88 just picked up both stages here tonight.
And not only that, Chris, he also gained the pole here tonight. He was the fastest in practice. So Jamie Walker trying to make it a sweep up here in the mountains of Pocono. And right now, he has a really good lead on that.
Kilrow was trying to get there. He ended up in 4th spot. Dalton falling a little bit shy. And Rick Thompson, a heartbreaker there with just about a lap to go to try and win a stage, and not able to hold on. Walker gets around him. We're going to step away for just a couple of moments here, ladies and gentlemen. When we return, it's going to be a race to the end here at Pocono. Back live here with the Blazing Pedals at Pocono in this tricky triangle. 2.5 miler has definitely been putting on some exciting action here tonight. New race leader, Rick, it's Aaron Bockover in his number 44. Bockover up 11 spots since the beginning of this race. Want to thank everybody once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network live every Sunday night for the Blazing Pedals here on YouTube. Also, make sure to check us out over on the Pride Outdoor Network, prideoutdoornetwork.com, and make sure to check out our sponsor, trjkarting.com. trjkarting.com, your source for all things karting, and he's got a lot of sim racing gear as well. Make sure to check him out over at trjkarting.com. Tell Tim that Chris and Rick sent you. Rick, this has been a good race so far. Lots of different leaders. It's been relatively clean, just 2 cautions. Now, make that 3 cautions, and we're getting ready to go here. It's going to be a race to the end. 84 laps is going to be the distance. We know these guys are going to have to stop. What is it? 2 more times, I believe?
Yeah, well, I mean, guessing what we've seen so far, Chris, is these guys can go anywhere from 19 to 20 laps on a tank of fuel. So it's going to get interesting. But yeah, they're going to have to stop at least a couple more times, and it's going to be interesting to see who has tires left over.
Yeah, it all really does come down to fuel management and tires. As the pace car takes a hard left-hand turn, Aaron Bockover turns it up here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Aaron Bockover going to be your race leader.
He pulls up in front of the 88, Chris, but I guarantee the 88 going to start peeking on the inside, and that's exactly what he does.
The 88 takes the inside track. He is going to be your race leader. After this one all works out, here comes Dakota Todd trying to take away second from Bockover. Bockover holds on strong. Aaron Bockover in the 44 getting it done. But the 63 pushes back on the inside. Dakota Todd looking to try and take away second. He does. Meanwhile, right behind him, it's Derek Garrison. And look at here, we've got Marquis Smith trying to get back into the top 5. Marquis Smith started way up front. He was part of the reason for the very first caution, if you remember, Rick. And now, Marquis Smith running in 6th spot behind the Hurricane.
Yeah, Ian Havia keeps that 16 TRJ Karting Toyota Camry up top there, Chris, able to hold off Marquis Smith for now. So the kid broke it into the top 5 like he wants, up 10 positions here. The big mover, though, Derek Garrison, 19 positions, Chris, from the start of the race, sitting in 4th position right now. The battle of the Bud car is going to be happening soon, I have a feeling, as the 8 is starting to creep up to the back bumper of Aaron Bockover's number 44 Budweiser machine.
Some action a little further back. I believe it was Dees who popped down like he got a little bit loose. The 17 holds on to her. As here comes Corey Sherman to get around Marquis Smith. Corey Sherman looking to the inside. Can't do it now. He goes backwards. Corey Sherman tries for a pass, loses a position. Back up front, it's the 88 of Jamie Walker being followed by the 63 of Dakota Todd in their starting positions, Rick. All over again, it's like the very first lap of this race. Walker, Todd, your top 2. Garrison does take over that 3rd spot away from Aaron Bockover. Bockover takes a peek to the inside, can't get there.
Now, Bockover starting to fall back a little bit, but we knew that was going to happen, Chris. I just talked about that. Derek Garrison was catching up. Now here comes Ian Habiuk in the 16, taking a look on the inside of the 44. And Ian, the Hurricane, he's going to be bringing the 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Jason Powell in the 18, not far behind the Butcher right now.
The Hurricane having a good night here tonight in his 16 Toyota. Oh, we almost go 3 wide. Not going to quite get there, I don't believe, but look at this. The 18 of Jason Powell with a great run to the inside of the Butcher. Is he going to be able to complete that pass? Ty Morosco stakes to the outside. Ty Morosco looking to try and take a spot over.
Morosco following the Butcher, Chris, right now on that outside lane. Jason Powell by himself on the inside lane. Right now, Morosco is pretty much even with the 18. They come into the corner. The 18 gets his spot back for now.
Oh, Powell is fighting hard to try and hold on to this spot. Oh, big time. Woo, baby.
Oh, Jason, don't do that to me, buddy.
Oh, Lord.
Smith and Big Dad Brian Dees to catch up now. Dees on the inside of the 18, Chris. At 17, looking mighty strong, and it looks like he might be bringing the Shermanator. Shermanator backs off a little bit, thinking that Marky Smith might come down. And that's Savage Ed Graphics number 3, looking really good. If you guys haven't followed Corey Sherman over there at Savage Ed Graphics on Facebook, make sure you go to his page. He's got some really cool stuff, and that's where you can get all your official TNA Motorsports gear. I own that too. Yeah, I gotta give Sam Baumgarten a quick plug, Chris, because I'm actually wearing my new Serby shirt. You haven't seen this one yet, but Serby had a new shirt come out. Of course, it had his original one there with his little profile person driving with the wheel, and now I just have one that says Serby. So I'm getting my Blazing Pedals gear in slowly.
I'll tell you what's not slow here tonight. It's Jamie Walker and Dakota Todd. These two guys qualifying 1 and 2, and that's their position right now here on lap number 51. Jamie Walker leading the way. Dakota Todd right behind him. Your big mover of the night, and we've talked about him a couple of times now. Your third place runner, Derek Garrison, plus 20 on the night.
And I just want to say that, you know, Turn 3 Racing Network used to sponsor Derek Garrison. Just a reminder for the new people here at Turn 3 Racing Network. He's under a new number, though. I like that 8. Obviously, that's Dale Jr.'s 8, man. Back in the Bud days, the DEI days, when racing was great.
The Butcher working the inside of the Kid right now. And the Butcher maybe trying to take over a spot from Ian Habiuk. Habiuk trying to hold on to a top 5. Ian Habiuk powers out of the corner and he holds on.
No, we talked about this many times throughout multiple broadcasts, Chris, but Ian Habiuk has grown as a driver. And it all started the last season of the Truck Series here. And once they got back into the K&N cars, he's really been pouring it on. So it's so good to see him having a good night here tonight. But the Butcher looking on the inside once again, Chris, as they come down through this long stretch in the turn number 3. The Butcher right now has it.
Baby.
Whoa, that's close. Looks like the Butcher's going to be able to do it. Here comes Ty Morosco.
Wow, look at Morosco hanging it out to dry in the 1 car. Holds on to her. And Tim, you're absolutely right. These guys are definitely going to be duking it out here for the entire rest of the race. Great racing going on once again here from the Blazing Pedals. So glad to be bringing it to you live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network on this holiday weekend.
Here comes the Hurricane once again, working on the inside of the 10 Top Flight Racing machine, Chris, of the Butcher. They come down into turn number 2, evened up. Ooh, not able to do it this time. Here comes Morosco and Powell.
And Morosco going to try and make Ian pay a little bit for making that move to the inside. And not going to be able to do it as Ian floats it back through the corner. And now the 1 goes underneath. It's going to be a switch over. And the 1 of Ty Morosco trying to take over a spot from Ian Habiuk. At the line, it was, I believe, Habiuk, but Morosco now has it.
It was very close, Chris, there. I actually had Morosco taking over at the line, but look at the Hurricane fighting hard on the outside there. Right now, he has position. Back and forth, these guys are going. This is for 6th position, folks.
Oh, a little contact! And the Kid hangs on to it. Ian Habiuk. What a great, great drive there out of the 16 machine. That could have gone backwards. Morosco now gives a little bit of room. Knows that he was lucky not to get tied up into that. As the 10 goes around Aaron Bach over the Butcher, making position around the 44. And here comes the Kid. He's not going to give it up. He wants to move forward. Habiuk wants back inside of that top 5, Rick.
He does, and he is racing hard for it right now. He's trying to get onto the inside of the 44 and Bach over as they come down into the corner, Chris. It looks like he's going to be able to do it. Pass made clean in turn number 1.
So the 16 back up into the top 5. But here comes the 44. These guys duking it out now. Look how close they are. Side by side, door-to-door action here at Pocono.
Habiak had that momentum coming into the corner, Chris.
Wow.
He was able to get by. Now 3 wide racing.
Jason Powell with a hard move to the inside. He's trying to get around Morosco and Bach over at the same time. He goes sideways through the corner. The 18 making it happen. Woo,
Here comes
baby.
Brian Dees. Brian Dees working the inside of the 44. Aaron Bockover is in battle all over the place right now, Chris. He can't catch a break right now.
Unreal driving out there happening on the turn 3 race. Now look at Powell go now. He cuts down hard on the steering wheel, trying to get underneath the 1 of Ty Morosco. Morosco right there. He's following him in the mirror. No problem found.
While that's going on, Brian Dees in that 17 S&M Motorsports machine trying to work on Aaron Bockover on the inside. Bockover stuck on the outside. Now Brian Dees gets a good run heading into turn number 2. Able to make that pass nice and clean. Here comes Dalton Kilbrough. So Aaron Bockover has a second here to catch his breath. Find his line before Kilbrough comes and tries to take another position away.
Kilrow right now running 3 spots better than where he started. And here comes Bockover down pit road. Bockover says, give me some tires now, please. And he peels it down. Your race leader still Jamie Walker, Dakota Todd in 2nd spot. Derek Garrison running in the 3rd position. So top 3 haven't changed in a little while. Then it's the Butcher and then the Hurricane. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin running in 4th spot. Ian Habiak running in 5th. And I bet you right now, Tim is out of breath.
And probably out of Moonshine and Mylanta. Aaron Bockover's service is complete, Chris. He's heading down the rest of pit road to get back onto the racing surface. And I can tell you somebody who had at least a set of tires on him.
Oh, Bockover going to be fast now.
He's going to need it, though, Chris, because he fell down from, what, 6th position down to, where is he now? 18th position. But we know these guys up front have to make a stop at some point. Right now, Jamie Walker's still in the lead with Dakota Todd in 2nd. I'm trying not to let too much of a gap get between him and Walker.
Well, he's succeeding in that, Rick. 0.15 right now is the gap differential between the 88 and the 63. I mean, ultra close here.
That's right. I don't know what area the Sweetwater pressure washing team is at, but if you need some pressure washing service done and you know where they are, give them a call.
Dakota Todd looking to the inside. He goes sideways, has to correct. Did you see that? The tires went to the right to try and correct for the 63. Yep. Wow. He is wheeling that thing around this machine, this track. Unbelievable. Wow. When you're turning left and the front tires are looking to the right, you got yourself a loose race car, Rick. And Dakota Todd going to take away the race lead from Jamie Walker here on lap. I don't even know what lap
59.
we're on, Rick.
We're on lap 59.
I'm going to go with lap 59.
You see 1 and 2, they're out of turn number 2, Chris, and now here comes Derek Garrison a little ways behind there. We'll see when they go into turn 3, which they're in turn 3 now. And now is when Garrison's entering turn 3, so Garrison got a little bit of time to make up there to start battling with those guys, but what a great night for the 8 team.
Tim says he thinks they're clutching to save a little fuel. I'm going to say your top 2 drivers are not saving a drop.
Nope, they're pouring it on right now. Ian Habiak still in the top 5, Chris, but not for long as Jason Powell in the 18 machine is trying everything he possibly can to get around the 16 by doing it on the inside. Right now, Powell has it just by a bumper, but here comes the kid, the Hurricane. Hey, no way, buddy. I respect you, but this is my spot. They head into 2 right now. Powell getting a good run there on the inside, Chris. He might have it this time. Here comes Dalton Kilrow. Dalton Kilrow looking on the inside to close the door from Habiak.
Oh, good job by Kilrow to take spot. Down below. And Dalton Kilrow sideways. Like, oh my goodness.
Holy cow.
These cars have gotten mad loose with 24 laps to go. You know, I thought Jamie Walker may have let Todd go ahead of him to try and make enough room to make a pit stop. Jamie Walker stays out on track. Meanwhile, we're watching Ian Habiak. Oh, the 41 goes sideways again, holds on to it. Oh, Dalton. Walker takes the lead back over from the 63. Todd gets into the wall. Todd losing a bunch of time now. And Dakota Todd very, very slow. He's got an issue, Rick. Dakota Todd very, very slow on track. Can't get down onto pit road. Big time trouble. Big trouble for Dakota Todd.
I bet you the 63 running on fumes, Chris. You see him come down the apron there just as he crossed the start-finish line.
The car is running, Rick. I believe the right front tire might be down on the 63. Look at it jump up and down.
Yep, he's bouncing.
The right front tire has let go on the 63. And Dakota Todd in the grass now. Todd cannot handle that car. Dakota Todd all the way back to 16th position. A huge heartbreaker for the 63 machine.
And it's a long way around to pit road once again, Chris. He's trying to make it. He's staying clear on the apron to stay out of everybody's way. What an unfortunate piece of... Oh, man, come on, Goodyear.
Well, he got into the wall pretty decent, Rick, and man, he was never the same as Dakota Todd pops a right front tire, and it is all done for him, unfortunately, I believe, as he's sitting back in that 16th position, Rick. I don't see him coming back from that, and that is too bad. He's one of the fastest cars on track. Oh, man.
Yeah, second fastest in practice, Chris, from the beginning when I started watching it. And as we know, he took second position here tonight in qualifying. '63 finally makes it to the long access road that NASCAR doesn't use to get into the pits, but he's using it anyway.
Well, he's got to stay safe. That's the number one thing, and trying not to bring out the caution. So
exactly,
you know, Todd doing the right thing, but it is truly unfortunate. And here comes your race leader, Jamie Walker, bringing it down pit road. You see him going around the 63. Todd still having trouble holding on to that car. Even at the slow pit road speed, Dakota Todd is still having difficulties. Your new race leader, though, it is going to be the 8, up 22 spots to the race lead, Derek Garrison. Wow.
Well, pit road's getting busy, as you said. Walker takes a dip down in there. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin down there. Hayden Wheeler in pits. Dakota Todd finally made it. See what Garrison does, Chris. I mean, you got what, 20 laps left to go?
It'll be 20 next time by. But I believe he might be setting up to come down pit road. He is. Hard left-hand turn out of the 8 machine. And then we kick back over to Powell. Powell also coming down pit road. Dalton Kilrow stays out. The 41 going to stay out to lead a lap, Rick. That's the first time tonight he's led a lap. And look at all the action happening on pit road. Ooh.
And pretty much everybody coming in right now, Chris.
Look at them all on pit road, guys.
Got
Over
Powell,
to the left.
Keys, Thompson, yeah. Orozco. Collins, Perkins, Habiak in pit road.
Dalton
Yeah,
Kilrow.
Yeah, pulling into the pits.
Next driver with the hot lap going is the 6. And Derek Paulson not even going to stay out. He's coming back in. And now we watch his teammate, Brian McRae. Brian McRae coming in as well. And that should hand the lead over to Jamie Walker.
Yep, Walker just came out of turn 3, Chris, heading down the front stretch now across the start finish line as the, well, new race leader now. There we go. He passed those guys sitting in the pit stalls. Whew.
So Walker back up front with 19 laps to go, Rick. And man, does he have a lead. 10 seconds back to second place, Derek Garrison.
Yeah, Garrison definitely has some work to do, Chris, but I think he's up for the task.
Aaron Bockover cycles through as third place runner. Jason Powell in fourth. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in fifth. Dalton Kilroe comes out in sixth spot. And Kilroe looking mighty racy right now, Rick. Down to the inside of the 10. Dalton Kilroe looking to get into the top 5. He does it easily. Watch Kilroe. He's always got something at the end of these long races, Rick, and the 41 moving pretty well right now.
Yeah, he definitely is, Chris. Back in the top 5 here. 8 positions up from the beginning of this race. Now he's starting to catch the back bumper of the 18 of Jason Powell. And, you know, Dalton's got big sleeves, man, and he has them for a reason. He always has something up them sleeves.
How about that Derek Garrison guy, though? My goodness. He is just racing his heart out tonight. Up 21 spots here for Garrison tonight.
Yeah, been outstanding, Chris, and he's actually starting to catch up to Jamie Walker. You said that it was 10 seconds before. Well, now it's it's going down, but 8.3. As he's working on the outside of the Shermanator in the 3 machine.
Highest running member of TNA Motorsports, Aaron Bockover in third spot, Rick, and he's the only one actually on the lead lap right now.
Yeah. Bockover having kind of a quiet night here, Chris, but it's definitely working for him. And he needs it. He really does.
Yeah, and this might be the one that resets the season for Aaron, as he's been, well, kind of more off than on, unfortunately, this season. But Bockover, if he can have a good, solid top 3 here tonight, man, that would be huge for him.
It would. Now, let's see. So the 88 just went across the start-finish line, Chris. Derek Garrison, still 7 seconds, 7.5 seconds, just past it now. So that's 7 seconds here at Pocono. I mean, that's a pretty big lead still that Walker has over Garrison right now, but Garrison's starting to tick it off to little by little.
He is trying. But again, catching somebody and passing somebody. And Rick, we've seen plenty of times where guys get up even side by side and they're just not able to make that pass happen. So Garrison's got a lot of work to do here in these last 15 and a half laps or so.
I think he's up for the challenge though, Chris.
Now he is going to have to find some more speed. Still 7.25 seconds behind our race winner, our leader, Jamie Walker. And Walker is out there all by himself in that fresh air. He's loving life. 15 laps to go. How about Terry Foster? At one point, Rick, he was all the way down in last spot. Not even sure what happened to him, but the 86 has worked his way back up to 21st position. And I, again, don't know what happened to him at the very beginning of the race, but whatever it was, very unfortunate. As the 86, he's not a slow driver. his lap times are actually pretty comparable. The only issue is he started down, 3 laps, and he's never really been able to come back.
Now it's been a little tough there for Foster, Chris, but doing an outstanding job. And I can't wait till next week so we can find out what happened to Terry. But because it is unfortunate, I mean, right below the cutoff line. I mean, right there, he's still got some time. But just unfortunate here tonight at Pocono for Mr. Foster, the man. That car looks pretty good, let me tell you.
Derek Garrison, second place runner.
But I just got some information, Chris. Jamie is on old tires right now.
Oh.
But he's one of those guys that likes a loose race car too. So I mean that helps out a little bit.
That's very interesting information, actually.
But that might be why the gap was, it's still closing, Chris. I mean, oh, here comes Walker down pit road, Chris.
Walker gives up a 6.5 second lead with 14 laps to go. Oh boy.
This is going to get interesting.
13 laps remaining. New race leader, Derek Garrison, up 22 since the beginning of this race.
Jason Powell gets around the 44 of Aaron Bach over to take over position number 3.
Rick, I'm inside the cockpit of Garrison, and I'll tell you right now, Mr. Garrison is saving some fuel around this track.
Well, it's been estimated, Chris, anywhere from 19 to 21 laps on a tank of fuel. These guys have been running hard. It came down right around that lap 20 mark, 20 to go.
Garrison last on pit road on lap number 64. So it would be 20 laps exactly should he be able to go the full distance. You see Corey Sherman goes around him. That's no big deal. Not for position.
No, it's a big deal though, because the Shermanator getting a lap back the old-fashioned way, but
you're right, but it's not a big deal to Garrison.
yeah, it's not for position. But Garrison's got to be careful, Chris, because he's got Dalton Kilrow, Jason Powell right behind Kilrow. Kilrow's in second position, only about 1.7 seconds behind. So save the fuel while you can, but he's not going to be able to do it for long because that's going to allow Kilrow in the 41 Daddy O's machine to catch up.
Yeah, gap right now, 1.5 seconds back to second spot. Yeah, top 5, Garrison, Kilrow, Powell, Dees, and Rick Thompson. And Derek Garrison, if he can finish this off in the winner circle, up 22 spots. Can Kilrow catch him? And when he catches him, because he's going to catch him, Rick, can he pass him for the race win? What was a 1.5 seconds is now 0.4 of a second. Dalton Kilrow sneaks on in. Dalton Kilrow looking to try and win another one of these long races, Rick, on strategy. And he is definitely closing in. Kilrow not saving any fuel as the 8 pulls over, and here comes the 41 to the race lead. Dalton Kilrow, now your race leader. Garrison back to second. Jason Powell sits in third spot right behind him. Jamie Walker, who was your race leader, had to come down pit road for service. Jamie Walker sits in that 13th spot, Rick. One of the fastest cars out there, but he is far, far behind your race leader. 28 seconds, in fact.
That's a huge gap, Chris, but I don't know. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to Kilrow and do too much, but, Jamie's in for the long haul. The good thing is he's already locked in. Now he's just racing for extra playoff points.
And Kilrow will be the first to win 6 races this season. He's already got 5. Him and Walker were tied up there for race wins. Walker winning stage 1 and 2 tonight. But Dalton Kilrow may come away with the big prize, and that's a race win.
Now Garrison hanging on the second position, Chris, but Jason Powell starting to catch up there in the 18 machine.
Yeah, Powell's on the back bumper. It's like Garrison said, okay, I think I've saved enough fuel. I guess I can go. Good night, Tim. Good to see you out there. And here comes Jason Powell. Powell gets around Garrison for second spot, Rick. So Garrison now back to third. Still the big mover of the night at plus 20. And look at this. Dalton Kilrow starting to stretch that lead. 1 second now over Jason Powell.
Kilrow right now is in a perfect position, Chris, because he can save a little bit of fuel. I mean, he's very fast. He doesn't have to save fuel, I don't believe. The 41, I think he's sitting in a really good position. I think Powell's in a good position right now for second to try to catch up to him, but Garrison definitely starting to fall down a little bit, so I think he's still a little worried, Chris. As we got what? Oh, we don't have a lot of laps left at all.
7
laps. They've been ticking off so fast here tonight.
I want to go ahead and thank everybody once again for coming out to the Turn 3 Racing Network live here on YouTube every Sunday night, along with being live over on the Pride Outdoor Network, prideoutdoornetwork.com for all of your outdoor shows. It's pretty good. I dig some of the shows that they have there. One of them is a cooking show, and I like that.
I like the hunting and fishing shows, Chris. I mean, back when I was a kid, I used to love watching, TV's changed so much from when I was a kid to now. I mean, we had, Bill Dance, there was a couple other fishing shows I used to love watching. And then now I have it. I'm so glad that Mark over at the Blazing Pedals made the agreement with the Pride Outdoor Network, because I probably wouldn't even known about them. And it's a great station. It's on all my TVs, all my smart TVs here. The app's on my phone. Obviously, I like them over on Facebook, so I'm good to go. And there's a lot of cool stuff back there. It brings me back to when I was a kid.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Jason Powell trying to track down our race leader, 1.3 seconds ahead. Powell trying to put a good cap on this night's event. Live here from Pocono. And Derek Garrison still sitting in that third spot. I think he was a little too worried about fuel. Rick, he had 20 laps of fuel from when he came down pit road last. And boy, did he save a lot. In fact, he saved so much, he ended up losing the race lead. So that's a real shame for Garrison, because he's been fast all night long, and he's still clutching that car.
Well, I mean, those are the fuel estimates that we got, Chris, so it might be even a little less than that. I mean, 19 laps, it would suck trying to race for the lead, not having enough to make it around that last time.
I'll tell you the biggest problem that these guys may have, and we haven't talked about it, and I don't want it to happen, but there is the possibility of a green, white, checkered flag here, and if that happens, Dalton Kilrow, Jason Powell, Derek Garrison, they're not going to make it around this track.
Maybe that's what Garrison's thinking about, Chris. I mean, he's got a good lead, you know, almost a second and a half from Brian Dees there. But right now, podium finish tonight, that would be good. I mean, I don't think Garrison's eligible for the playoff anyway because he came in late in the season, and I'm glad that he came back. I really am. I love watching Garrison drive. Hey, take a top 3, moving up 20 spots in a night at Pocono. I'd be happy with that.
Oh, sure.
But I think that might be, I mean, I don't think Dalton Kilroe's really too worried about it right now. It's been good, clean racing here tonight.
Well, you can look down at the bottom right-hand side and see that the gap is increasing. 5 laps to go is 0.831 now. 1.498. Let's see what happens when they cross the start-finish line. 2 laps to go is going to be the call when they pass that start-finish line, Rick. And, man, it's getting there. It is close.
It is. The cross popsicle sticks are out, man. In the air. What a great race here from Pocono.
Kilroe extending that gap to 1.9 on the last lap. And you see that Kilroe is starting to slow down just a little bit, 57.6 to 57.8 over the last 5 laps.
And we just had a pass for second place. Garrison finally saying, okay, enough's enough. I'm not saving no more. Takes over second position from Powell.
Popsicle sticks are in the air, Rick. We've called it. 2 laps to go. 5 miles for the 41. Let's take a look at Garrison's speed.
Ooh, the butcher. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Throw it all out the window, Chris.
Let's go back and take a peek. See what happened to the 10 machine as they go 3 wide. Oh, the 10 gets into Rutherford. And just a light bump. Oh, boy. Rick, you're right. That changes absolutely everything. Oh, boy. Inside the cockpit of your race leader. Gonna see if he's able to save enough or if he's gonna have to come down pit road, Rick. I believe that the top 8 drivers may have to come down pit road.
Gonna be very interesting.
This one not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a listen in for our race sponsor.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
It's going to be a green-white checker on this Sunday night live here from Pocono. And the action has been very good here tonight.
And it's not over yet either, Chris. Let's see what's going on. Dalton Kilroe heading down pit road. Garrison following. Here comes Powell. Brian Dees, Rick Thompson, Ty Morosco. The only person so far that hasn't come in, Jamie Walker in the 88, Chris. Aaron Bockover also stays out, so Bockover going to be in second position here. Ooh.
Yeah, this is going to be, well, it's going to be good. Let's just put it that way. Hey, Rick, we have a chance. Let's go ahead and, I'm going to talk to Dakota Todd. Dakota, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Listen, bud, I'm sorry. I saw your message, but man, the action has been something else out there. What in the heck happened to that 63?
I don't know. I think I got a little too greedy at the end. The car was feeling really good, and I just barely clipped a wall, and it tore the right front off and gave me 12 minutes of damage.
Oh, man. Up to that point, you were one of the fastest cars on track, so a very disappointing night. And, well, what can you do? You can't do anything about it at this point, right?
No, I'm already about 20 laps down, so
Yeah.
I'm in here helping my buddy Jason finish this thing out.
Right on, bud. All right, well, good luck to you. And, man, again, it was a tough night for you. Hopefully, hopefully next week you're going to have a better showing.
Yeah, well, I'll start putting them together here soon. We'll get running a little better.
All right, and you were with Jason Powell, all right?
That is right.
All right, buddy. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Dakota Todd in the 63. You called it.
Yeah, just, you know, very unfortunate night for Todd, Chris. But you know what? Next week, when we get back to the track, you're going to see Dakota Todd up towards the front again.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question about it. A great racer, but, you know, it's so hard now because, I mean, that's something that we've always asked for in iRacing, man. I mean, you know, when you're out there and you've got money invested in your sim rig and, you know, the subscription each month, and you're like, how cool would it be if, you know, if a tire would get cut down? Because we never used to have to worry about that back when we were league racing, official racing, Chris. That was something that wasn't even closest to our mind. It's something that we wished for. But now that it's here and it bites you,
Yeah.
kind of wish for it to go back, you know?
Yeah.
Honestly,
My, things have changed, Rick.
They have. They most certainly have.
Jamie Walker, Aaron Bockover going to be your top two. Then it's Dalton Kilrow, Hayden Wheeler, Jason Powell, Derek Garrison, your top six. And now Hayden Wheeler is actually your top mover on the night in his 4 car.
Hayden who? Hayden's been quiet all night long tonight, Chris, but he's obviously made the right moves. And he told us, actually, a couple nights ago, watch out for me at Pocono.
No, the 4 is getting it done. He's sitting in the 3rd spot right now.
I wonder if he's using Sam Baumgarten's controller. I know he's not. I
know one thing for sure. He's not using Sam's keyboard.
Oh, nope.
Now, Jamie Walker, your race leader, he decided he's gonna restart on the outside row. And Rick, that's the first time we've seen anybody do this. And no doubt, it has something to do with the 41 behind him. Aaron Bockover. Ah, man. Aaron is having a fantastic night here tonight. How cool would it be for him to win? He'd have to talk to us.
He would have to.
He would have to talk to us, Rick. Here we go. It's going to be green flag.
So it looks like 11th through 15th place has new tires, Chris, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Oh, this one's far from done. Look at them spread out across the front stretch. My Lord. Dalton Kilrow battling with Bockover for 2nd spot. Dalton Kilrow to the outside. Bockover to the inside. Kilrow right now has the advantage. Here comes Garrison. Garrison in the 8 car, trying to get back up towards the front. Derek Garrison running in 4th. What a move! What a move from Bockover, going for 2nd spot.
Alan's got to be careful because here comes Garrison on the inside. Chris, that 8 Budweiser machine. On the inside of the 41 Daddy O's. We'll see what happens.
White flag. 2.5 miles to go, and Derek Garrison in 3rd spot. What a night for Garrison if he can hold on, but even better is Garrison goes around. No, he doesn't. He holds on to it, but my God, look at that. Oh, we go. Big one here on the final lap. And that means the 88 is going to win this race, Rick. No more cautions.
Wow, there's a lot of torn up race cars there,
Oh,
Chris.
Lordy. We're going to have to go back and settle it all, but the 88 has nobody behind him except for Bockover, 1 second away. And your race winner is Jamie Walkover. Aaron Bockover second. Brian Dees takes over third. Wow. What a final lap. We're going to go back and look at them all, Rick. First one. Check this one out. Garrison into the 41. Hayden Wheeler goes around. Then the 16 piles in. Oh, my Lord. Oh, man. Watch from Ian Habiuk's perspective.
Man.
This Habiuk was having a fine run here tonight. And, oh, man. How about from Rick Thompson, the 76? He was right there. He and Habiuk actually get together. The one comes in. Just absolutely gets destroyed. Terry Foster involved with that one as well. Ty Morosco. Let's look at Ty Morosco. He was back a little ways from this one. And just no place to go. You can't stop fast enough. And just carnage. But your race winner tonight is the 88 machine. Aaron Bockover, Brian D is going to be your top three as the 88 burning it down. What a finish. All right, let's go ahead and get to them. Those post-race interviews. We're going to start off with the 17 of Brian Dees, who finishes in third spot here tonight, Rick. Let's go ahead and get him in here. Brian Dees, Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you guys. How's it going?
Good, bud. Well, listen, hell of a final lap, but a third place finish, man. You got to be happy.
Hey, man, I'll take it. I don't know how it happened. I've kind of felt like Moses there coming through that wreck. I got a little piece of it, got a 4X, but came out the other side. I only saw two guys in front of me. I was like, hey, I'll take a top three there.
Oh, absolutely, man. Just an incredible race all around. You guys have got to be happy with the last couple of weeks racing, and here you are in third spot. Who do you have on that thing that you need to thank, Brian?
Shout out to the usual, TRJ Karting. Tim, awesome what he does for this league. Thanks to Mark and Sam, taking care of us, keeping us all in check, keeping us following the rules and everything. Mark for making the setup. It was a really good setup this week. I really enjoyed it. Thank the Pride Outdoor Network. Really awesome to have them checking us out. And thank you guys up in the booth.
All right, Brian. Once again, congratulations for your 17 team, bringing it home in third spot.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And that was the 17 of Brian Dees. Rick, I believe you caught up with our second place finisher, Mr. Aaron Bockover.
Well, before I bring him in here, Chris, let's place a bet, see if he actually talks.
Okay.
Terry's gonna have to drink a White Claw if he does.
Okay, good. I like it.
Good. Aaron Bach over at TNA Motorsports driver in the number 44. You got Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, how you guys doing tonight, man?
Hey, you said something, Terry. You got to drink a White Claw. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm telling you.
Man, what a race. I'm so happy for you to finally have a good race here tonight. And that 44 was mighty, mighty nice out there on the track, man. Tell us about your race a little bit.
Well, I actually had a pit stop where I missed my pits entirely, which ended up helping me out there at the end. So the way I had to do my pit strategy, I ended up with an extra set of tires there with the last 10 laps, but that last caution really helped me out there at the end.
Oh, man, it was so awesome. I mean, watching you all night tonight, you just had an excellent race. And obviously, I mean, we're not allowed to pick favorites, but you guys are one of my favorites. And, you know, there's a lot of drivers that have needed a good, good showing. And usually you get caught up in somebody else's business toward, the mid to the end of the race. So it was so good to see tonight that you made the right choices and that worked out for you in your favor, like you said. And you brought home a second place finish. Now, hopefully next week we can see you take a number 1.
Oh, that would be awesome. The way this season has gone, I thought starting outside with Jamie, like you said, I'm always getting caught up in something. I thought, here we go. When's it going to happen?
Well, hey, listen, that's just proof that your luck can turn around, man. Congratulations. Anybody on that number 44 you'd like to thank?
I want to thank my teammates there, Corey and Terry, TNA Motorsports, and Chris and Rick, and for you guys doing everything you do, and the Pride Outdoor Network, and Mark and Sam, all they do up there in the booth.
Well, there you go, buddy. And hey, listen, I got one of your shirts. I'm going to wear it next week just to try to bring you some more good luck. But congratulations on coming home second here at Pocono tonight.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. You have a good one.
And congratulations going out to the 44 of Aaron Bockover. I have to believe, Rick, that it had something to do with that paint job.
I think so.
Let's go ahead and talk to our race winner here tonight. The 88 does it again. And, man, it's just been an unreal season for him. Let's go ahead and talk to him. The 88 of Jamie Walker. Walker, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, I got you guys. Go ahead.
Well, it's been a week or so since we've talked to you, Jamie, and what a night for you here at Pocono. A sweep, both stages and the race win. Did you think you had it in you, man? Because at one point you were back in that 12th spot, and I had kind of written you off a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of lucked into this one. I don't know. Everything just happened to fall my way there, I guess, there at the end. And I was able to take fresh tires there because I knew I was going to be short, so I took fresh tires. So I knew I had the freshest tires up front after that green-white checkered. So I'm like, all right, I just hit my lines. I'll be good to go.
And good to go you were. It was an outstanding race for you. Of course, you and Dakota Todd, the fastest two drivers out there for a good portion of the night. And then Todd kind of got into the wall a little bit, and it kind of left you alone for a while. That had to feel pretty good, though, because it took a little pressure off from you.
Yeah, me and Dakota, man, me and him get along pretty good. We race each other as fair as anybody can out here. And when he hit the wall, I just felt so bad for him. I was like, we were having a good, fun race together. And yeah, I felt bad for him. I apologized to him over the radio, even though I didn't do nothing wrong. I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I get that. Anybody on the 88 that you need to thank?
Of course, Blazing Pedals for putting this league on. You guys up in the booth, you guys doing an outstanding job. I can't thank you guys enough. TRJ Karting, and of course, my number one fan, Skittles.
All right, buddy. Well, you got another fan out there tonight who actually picked you to win the race before it even started tonight. And so you definitely are picking up some fans out there, Jamie. And I want to say congratulations to you one more time, because that is definitely going to help your point standings, knowing that you're already locked in. But a sweep again tonight, stage 1, stage 2, and the race win, definitely going to put you out front a little bit further.
That's a good thing, because I don't think I'm going to make it next week, and I'm going on a family vacation, and I don't think I'll make it back in time for the race, but I'll do what I can to make it next weekend.
All right, bud. Family first, always. Anyways, you have yourself a great night and a good week, Jamie. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it here from us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You just watched a hell of a race here at Pocono, live on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and what a finish we had, Rick.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. I mean, not exactly what we expected at all, and it turned out, well, almost not. I mean, I never put Jamie out and not think about him because, I mean, I've seen this guy, you know, just in a couple of laps start from the back and work his way up through the front. So, but what an awesome night there for Aaron Bockover. I'm so proud of him, Chris. He needed that. Brian Dees, same thing. Brad Collins coming in fourth. Derek Paulson rounding up that top 5. So a lot of guys having a good night here tonight. And that green, white checkered, man, that was crazy.
That was crazy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the race results. Of course, Walker, Bockover, Dees, your top 3. We just spoke with them. Brad Collins, Derek Paulson, rounding out the top 5. Then you have John Perkins, Corey Rutherford, Dalton Kilrow, Hayden Wheeler, Jason Powell, round out the top 10. Then it's Derek Garrison in the 8. Boy, we thought he was going to have a much better finish than that. Unfortunately, just not able to be there in the end. Got into that accident. Derek Garrison was 11th spot. Ian Habiak 12th. Rick Thompson, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Ty Morosco, all those drivers all involved in that final incident. Brian McRae, David Bennett, Casey Campbell in 18th spot. Move it up just a little bit. Corey Sherman, Fred Thompson, Terry Foster, your top 21. Then it's Joshua Rutherford, Noah Van Hoop, Patrick Abrahamson, Nick Okie, Dakota Todd, and Marquise Smith in the 21. Not the comeback that he wanted here, finishing in last place tonight, but it was good to see him on track. And let's take a look at who was the biggest mover of the race. It was Corey Rutherford, up 14 positions, Rick. So a good job out of the 55 machine tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Finished 7th, Chris, up 14, like you said, biggest mover. So congratulations. And I can't wait till next week already.
I know I can't either. Until then, though, this has been Chris and Rick up in the booth for the Turn 3 Racing Network live and on the Pride Outdoor Network. Until next week, guys, we'll see you. Have a safe and happy week. Until next weekend.